Hi guys, we're back. Day 6, Body, Mind, Spirit Challenge. My name is Jim Standish and I am one of your co-hosts here, picking up the spiritual pillar. So let's just kind of recap a little bit where we've been. We're talking a little bit conceptually about the opportunity to incarnate somewhere, the opportunity to incarnate into 3D density or vibration, if you will, the ability to experience physical sensation, physical stuff. We came in with some certain circumstances. One of those circumstances we talked a little bit about yesterday, the concept of a wanted child versus an unwanted child. I can tell you that it has messed up some people in the past. I do seminars and I've even had parents say, like, oh my God, my daughter was an unwanted child. And I don't want you to get hung up on that at all. What I'm trying to get at is that as young people, we are the product, a lot of times we are the product of our environment. And our environment can be set up by a lot of well-intending individuals in our lives, especially as young people. It's Aunt Mary, it's Uncle Joe, it's your mom, it's your dad, it's your siblings, and some of the experiences that we have with these people actually kind of lodge in our system and can lead to our decision-making abilities. We become what is known as a natural child versus an adaptive child. We learn to adapt to our situation. All of this stuff we're going to get to. I'm just kind of laying a foundation, and I don't want you to get too hung up on this. We're taking little steps at a time, and we're going to come back to this, and there's a reason why I'm covering this. So let's put all that aside. Now let's say that we incarnated. Now, what is the first thing you do? You come out of the womb, somebody smacks you on your butt, and you go, right? And you take that first breath. Now, there's some schools of thought that say that breath, that first breath, is when the soul enters the body. I don't know if that is 100% true or not. I mean, sure, it makes sense. I think it also makes sense that there's an awful lot that leads up to that, right? I think there's a lot of setting the stage, if you will. So aside from that, let's say that is the first chance that you had. You come in and that's the first thing you do is you take a breath. So many of us were not taught how to breathe. In Eastern cultures, in a lot of the shamanic traditions, Eastern philosophy, working with qi, with qigong, working with qi, which is energy. CHI is another word for energy. Breath is very, very, very important. In fact, it can be used to direct energy. And many of us are just not taught how to breathe. And we are going to be doing some breathing exercises. So what I really want to start with is just practicing breathing. And I know this sounds silly, right? Like, Jim, you don't need to teach me how to breathe, man. Now, if this is repeat information for you, I think that's fantastic. If you're a meditator, obviously you have learned some breathing exercises. My intention for this whole series is to make this accessible to everybody. Okay? So if you're a meditation master and you've got breathing down pat, fantastic. God bless you. You've done a lot of work to get there. Some of us haven't even given it a thought as to how we breathe, okay? So we're going to start very simply, and just by talking about it a little bit, I want you tonight to practice breathing, because we're going to go into some breathing exercises And if you don't practice breathing a little bit before that, the breathing exercises are actually going to be a little bit difficult to do. So let's just look at it real quick. The first thing we do is we take a breath, right? You can live a couple of weeks without food. You can live a few days without water. You can only live a few minutes. You can only live a few minutes without breathing. And this is going to be a little bit longer video. I can see I'm running longer on this one than some of the other ones, but I think it's important. We're going to do some groundwork, and the groundwork is important because it's going to lead to other things. So let's just look at our lungs, right? You look at the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a muscle that sits at the bottom of your lungs that moves down and up like this, so that when you breathe in, diaphragm pulls down, expands the lungs, and your lungs fill full of air. And when you exhale, diaphragm pushes back up and pushes the lungs out and pushes the air out of your lungs. So tonight, as silly as this sounds, I want you to practice breathing a little bit, okay? And I want you to practice deep breathing so that when you breathe in, we're going to breathe in through our nose. Now, there's a number of reasons why it's good practice to practice breathing in through your nose. One of those reasons is there's lots of little hairs inside your nose that act as a filter, and they can filter out a lot of the stuff in the air. It also, there's a temperature element to that you're breathing in through your nose, that the air has a chance to get to body temperature before it gets to your lungs. So I want you to practice breathing in through your nose, and when you pull your diaphragm down, I want you to fill it and fill your lungs as much as you possibly can. And then when you exhale, I want you to exhale through your mouth. And when you're pushing, I want you to push all of the air out of your lungs. In fact, when you think you have exhaled all the way, I want you to push a little bit more, okay? And I want you to push that air out of your lungs. That's all I want you to do. This is the homework for tonight. You're going to practice breathing in, practice breathing out. And what this is conscious breathing. You know why? Because you're thinking about it. That's it, guys. Day 6. I'll see you tomorrow.